The Empowerment Center in Sioux Falls now has a new space, and joining us this morning to talk about this new space in women's self-defense is Sydney Meza and Jessica Wintrock. Hello, welcome.
Hello, thanks for having us.
Yeah, so let's talk about this new center.
Absolutely. Yeah, so really the Empowerment Center is all about redefining what self-defense is for women exclusively, about setting boundaries and learning how to stand up for yourself, to advocate for yourself.
How important, is that as a woman to feel safe and kind of have some of those tools under your belt?
It's so important, especially when it comes to setting boundaries. Boundaries are actually a vital tool in our personal toolkit to keep ourselves safe. In this world, especially as women, we face a lot of different challenges, from unwanted advances to societal pressures. And boundaries really act as that first force, almost like a shield, that helps us define what's acceptable to us and what's not, what feels comfortable to us and what isn't.
And what's a good basis for some of those boundaries, and kind of what tips do you have for women?
Absolutely. I wanted to come here and share with the viewers just ways that they can set boundaries. When it comes to setting boundaries, especially with people that we know, it can be very difficult, but there are steps that we can take to set those boundaries. The first one is going to be clear and direct. Communicate what the behavior is that you're seeing and how it makes you feel. When you do this or you say this, it makes me feel this way. And then the next important part of it is what you expect, what behavior you expect from them. When you say this, it makes me feel this way, and I want it to stop. Make sure that you tell them exactly what behavior you expect from them. And then the important part of it is to communicate how you plan to enforce that boundary. When you say this, it makes me feel this way, and I want it to stop. If it does not, we will no longer be friends. We will no longer be communicating, really expressing exactly what we want from them.
With this new center, what other services do you guys kind of offer or help out with?
Yeah, absolutely. So we created a program that is designed just for women to help them enforce these boundaries. And I have the privilege of witnessing transformations in my students every day. And I actually brought one of these students with me. Can you kind of share your experience of what it's been like training at the Empowerment Center?
Yeah, of course. I've had the privilege of training alongside Sid here for going on 2 years now. And it's honestly been the most amazing experience of my life. It has taught me, honestly, life-saving skills that I've unfortunately, but then fortunately, been able to utilize in my everyday life. And that goes all the way from warding off that creepy guy that's following you in the park as you're walking your dog, and then just navigating through friendships and relationships in my personal life, being able to pick out those manipulative red flag behaviors, and just being able to keep myself safe. Sid talks a little bit about boundary setting, and I think that's huge. I didn't even know coming into this program that we were even able to, as women, like we are allowed to set those boundaries. And then if someone were to push back on that boundary, right, and not respect it, then to be able to reinforce that boundary. I think that's huge. Another thing that Sid says in class all the time is that you are worth defending. And I think that is so, so important. And for all the women out there listening to this today, just know that you are worth defending. And the most amazing thing that we've learned at the Empowerment Center is that we can teach you how to defend yourself. And I think that's the most amazing asset that a woman can have, is learning how to defend yourself.
And you make such a great point. This is so universal to almost probably all women can relate to this in some degree or some circumstance that they've faced. So how can people kind of get involved in the Empowerment Center if they're interested in learning more or taking part in some of these programs?
I encourage any of the viewers that are interested in learning more about the program to go to our website. It's the empowermentcentersf.com, and there you can learn all about the programs that we offer, but we also offer a free introduction to self-defense. So this is a one-on-one session where you can come in, you get to meet us, we teach you some life-saving skills that you can take with you, but then we also get you started on a free trial as well if you're ever interested in learning how to take those steps towards empowering yourself.
Well, thank you so much for being here
today.
today.
Thank you for having us.